Into my time, it's gonna back to always in your business. I hate it. Hey, I believe you queen inside.
Some people think it's so uncool to live a life by the golden rule. Don't let them make us hate ourselves, but follow our dreams, follow our dreams. We don't need to prove that we are right. We've got to stand up and give them a fight. We've got to follow our dreams, follow our dreams. We've got to
Never stop learning, because life never stops teaching. Every experience, whether good or bad, holds a lesson. In every challenge, there's growth. Every failure offers wisdom. Life is constantly evolving, and so should we. The moment we think we know it all, we close the door to possibility. Stay curious, stay open, and remember that every day is an opportunity to become a little wiser, a little stronger, and a little better than before.
Well, welcome back, Oil Runners. Today we have Glenn Sutton back again, but he wants to talk about, we're going to talk about his trip to New York and see what was life-changing for him. What I've been seeing all over Facebook and YouTube and everywhere, that he's been having so much fun and chasing his dreams. So I'm going to play one of the videos and we'll let you see, all right?
Wow. Yeah, I got an opportunity to do a lot in New York, but
Can y'all see the videos breaking up? Okay, all right, I got you.
Thanks to Miss Tamara Hall and something that she said to me.
Okay, thanks for telling me that.
It kind of just inspired me. And she says, "Look here." She says, "I see your red outfit, but I see more than that. I see destiny, and what the gift that God, the gift that you have, the world has to see it, and don't let nobody stop it." She said, "People have tried to stop me, but don't let nobody stop you. You go for it." And she said, "If you do that, I'm telling you, your life will change." And she said, "In about a few minutes, I'm gonna do a video with you. Everybody in this order gonna be jealous because they didn't get one, but you got one." Hey, Miss Tamara, it was a pleasure talking with you, and I'm just so excited that you spoke into my life. Yeah, this week, man, sitting here, we in line to see Tamara Hall. As you can see, there's a lot of people behind me, and it's been a long day today, but I've been enjoying these ladies behind me. It's unbelievable. The people that you see, it's been good. I'm tired, but guess what? I'm not gonna stop. Hey, y'all, this Glenn Sutton, whatever you do, go after your dreams. Love that. Hey, y'all, your boy Glenn. So listen, we're here at the Tamara Hall show. These are my sisters now. Hey, y'all, it's unbelievable. I'm telling you, this is unbelievable. I'm just honored to be with them. They chose me. See, we got red on them. Hey, we got whatever you do, y'all. What this means. Look at that. Yeah, boy, Glenn Sutton, man, this is unbelievable. We can't at the Tamara show. I finally made it on the Tamara show. God is so good. And listen to that deal. Thank you for the prayers, man. I'm telling you. Hey, in Atlanta Church, Liz, and this is look, baby, I did it. Tamara, we did it. That was amazing.
You've been better to me than I've been to myself. Always give thanks to you.
Your last time. Don't be your last time. Come back and see us and let's all family
think.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back. Today, I'm going to be judging some.
Oh, sorry. I think I'm going to share another clip of what he's been going through. I'm not sure where he went, so I'll just go ahead and share just a clip of a little bit. So just give me a second. Let me share screen here and get this all together. How in the world did that happen? Okay, so let's share screen. Glenn, are you there? So, all right. So I think we got it, right, guys? Oh, there we go. And
some people have seen where God has brought you from. They don't really understand it. They don't know your story. You don't know my story.
You don't know
The
my
things.
You don't know
Look, baby, I did it. Whatever. We did it.
It smells amazing.
All my family, Parkins family, man in church. Look what's coming up. Oh my God, look, y'all Glenn Sutton. Look at that. He made it at Times Square. Dreams do come true. Glenn Sutton made it at Times Square. Can you imagine that, y'all? Look at God. Over 5 million people see this every day. Glenn Sutton finally hit it. He hit it big. Look, baby, we did it, baby. Baby, we did it. We did it, honey. We did it, baby. We did it. Look, baby, we did it, baby. Baby, we did it. It's pretty small. Thanks so much. You are awesome. You know, thank you so much. Look at this truck. Yeah, look at that. Yeah. Thank you so much. You're so pretty. Glenn Sutton, we here at the view. We in line. Everybody in line. Everybody, baby, I want to let you know that you picked out this suit. I was so impressed. Well, I didn't like it, but thank God that I listened to you. Everybody loved that. Even Whoopi Goldberg.
She was a star.
I think she was hitting on. I think she was hitting on me, but it's cool. I still love you, baby. Baby, guess what, man? Listen, dreams do come true. It comes true. She is so pretty.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Dreams do come true. Party school, dreams come true. She's so pretty. Thank you so much.
So nice to meet you.
Yeah, and man, dreams come true. Dreams come true.
Lift up your hands, so just let me tell you, my faith you may as well break out and dance.
I love this about God.
Wait. Yeah, give me okay. Can you hear me? Can y'all hear me?
In my deliverance.
Hey, give me a sound like if you hear me.
What I want to share is my testimony.
You don't know.
Somebody needs to know my stories.
It would blow your mind.
Can I get a witness?
You don't know.
Story.
Okay.
And it's through my testimony that I overcome.
She's coming from a land
I've been delivered.
and we're trying to get this stuff
Free. Now I have a testimony.
I see you. Give us a moment, y'all. I'm good.
Love and peace.
Oh, that's right. Say it, June. God, you never leave me.
Oh, yeah, we're trying to get this
You don't know.
y'all, hey, listen, do me a favor.
Listen,
Can y'all see me or
I want you to know.
what's going on during the video? 'Cause I'm using the camera.
Thank you for bringing me out. You think you know, but let me tell it. Life and favor
On me.
God, thank you for your mercy.
God of mercy.
And you love me. Life and favor.
Life and favor upon me.
Oh, how wondrous.
I wonder
God is my story. Life and favor
upon me.
You wouldn't believe my real testimony. Can't imagine Some people, they walked out on me and they gave up on me, said I wouldn't make it, but God brought me out.
All the things I've done.
If you only knew, you'd understand why I praise like this. Come on, can we take it up? I'm delivered.
Here is my story.
Here's my story.
I've got the figure of God upon me.
You don't know
You don't know my business. You're not out there. He brought me.
He's the God of mercy.
Once and favor. Hallelujah. Is my story. I've been saved.
If you got a story, just lift your hands and get a witness and say it. When I've gone through,
Life and favor. I'm delivered with a testimony.
Look, you gotta have a testimony to sing this one. Look somebody in the face and say, can't imagine what I'm going through. God did it.
God did it. I can't take credit for it.
God did it. God did it.
God did it. That's the key. I'm so grateful.
It's my story.
Here's my story.
Thank you, Jesus. Can't imagine everything I'm going through.
Say it, legit.
God did it. God did it. God did it. God
All right. Now, okay. Now, can you hear me, Miss Love? Can you hear me? See me?
All right. Okay. All right. Welcome, Glenn.
Okay.
Welcome
Okay. You
back.
got me? You see me?
Absolutely.
Okay. She sent me a message.
Absolutely. I do see you.
Okay. I don't know what's going on.
I can still hear you. Ow, 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 ow. Sorry,
Okay,
y'all.
I
I just
see
had to.
you.
Yeah, I just I hear you.
Okay.
So we can still have the interview if you mess around with your picture and all that stuff.
Okay.
It's all good. There you go. Don't mess with
I
none now.
can't hear you.
Oh,
It's an audio.
okay. Okay, so we're here with Glenn Sutton, and he had a whole trip to New York.
Okay.
And last time we had him on
Okay.
here, we were talking about the bariatric surgery.
I can't hear you. Can y'all hear me? I cannot hear you.
So he had the bariatric surgery,
shit.
and after this, he literally went to New York. We've just seen a whole bunch of video pictures of what he went through, and so we're going to chat with him and see what was life changing about that. That looked like a very interesting and very powerful trip. I haven't been to New York in a hot minute, but I'm here in Alaska now. And
okay, let me bring out the chat.
You guys can chime in anytime you want. We will see your messages, and yeah. So we'll just make sure everything is good. So let's while we're waiting for him, Oil Runners. If you want to come onto the show, oilrunnersservices@gmail.com. You can contact me at that. Tell your story. We do pretty much all subjects. I just did something on narcissism today, and we're going to keep doing that. There's episodes on that. So we were talking about self-love, and we also do movies. We do, if you're producing a movie, if you're an actor, a writer, or anything, your music, anything that you have. So you can contact us, and we believe in your voice matters. So we are here to inspire, learn, grow with each other. I don't believe in gatekeeping, and I do believe in helping each other grow genuinely and not kicking each other down. That's not what we're about here. So yeah, so we're just keeping it real on that end. But but right before the show, we're just still waiting for him to come back on. Right before the show, there's 2 moose outside right now. So there's a mom and a baby here in Alaska outside of my yard. So right before the show, I had to go out and get a little bit of footage on that end. It's just beautiful up here on that end. It's the start for me, summer. So, and I seen an eagle next to my house as well. So I have, in the ghetto, we do have a ghetto in Alaska. But welcome back. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right. I was just talking about Alaska, the 2 moose that was outside my door. So,
Okay, I got you.
while waiting for you. But we welcome you back in, Glenn. Welcome back home.
Wow, yes. Hey, listen, I'm glad to be back.
I bet. Yeah, you were just like bing bang boom all
Wow,
over
it was
seconds.
but it was just, I'm telling you, it was this is what I would like to say. It was one thing after another. However, I was prepared for it.
You
I was
have to be.
prepared.
You always prepare for God's blessings, you know?
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. So, okay. So take me from the beginning until now. Like,
Wow.
I knew it was bariatric surgery, so I know that had to play something in there. You know, going from a life where you couldn't do much to like
Right.
you were out there.
Right.
You know, like your freedom
Right.
from, like you shed a whole bunch of weight.
Yes.
Not just the fat itself. It's like
Mhm.
literally a whole bunch of weight that was on you, and you just like, yeah, bam. Because I did the same thing. I'm out. Like, I'm
Yeah. What does it frees you up. Like I say, I'm kind of half the man that I was, and what that does, you know, if anybody ever lift weights or had weights, you know, like kind of put on them, and when it's off of you, you become like like an eagle. So that's how I felt when I was in New York. However, this is how it all started. This is a thing that it still amazed me how this thing transpired. I think about 4 months ago, and this everything I say is coming from my heart as I relive it, because it's almost unbelievable, but it's believable. So about 4 months ago, I was carrying I was going to work carrying a bag, an average bag. And so, but the bag got heavy and it started to break. Because I had all my stuff there, all my computers in there, all my books I'm reading, I had all my stuff. I was taking the bag to work.
Mhm.
However, my bag broke because it was too heavy. So I was trying to figure out, how can I get all my stuff, bring it into work. So I came up with this crazy idea of bringing a suitcase. A suitcase you pull.
Yeah.
And as soon as I brung it, it started making people think like Mr. Say, why are you bringing a suitcase to school? Because it's not a carrying bag with you like an office carrying bag. It was really like a suitcase.
Right.
And I said, I don't know. I guess I'm going somewhere. At this time, I remember I haven't planned to go to New York and nothing like that. However, sometimes God, He always prepare you just before you're ready. So I'm carrying the suitcase, and with kids' minds and co-workers' minds, they always wonder, like, Mr. Say, why are you carrying this? Why are you bringing the suitcase? And I was telling them, same thing I just told y'all about all my computers and stuff inside there, not knowing that this was preparation where God was taking me. So maybe about a month and a half, I'm on Facebook, and I noticed something. I noticed that Denzel Washington is going to be in a play in New York. Guess what? I love Denzel Washington. That's my actor. I said, wow, this is unbelievable. So I said, because I knew at this time, Denzel, he's older, and this going to probably be his last big production. So I'm thinking, if I go, I better go now.
Right.
So I was digging in and trying to find out. It was the play called Othello.
That's a good play.
Which, so I was looking for the tickets. And do you know those tickets? They were expensive. When I say expensive, they way out there. Way out there. And I couldn't believe it. I said, well, most plays about, you might pay maybe 90, 120, maybe 250 at the, the lower level. But guess what? They're way more than 250. They're way more than 350. They were way more than 450, 550, 650, 750, 850, 950. So anyway, so I'm trying to find out the most reasonable price I can go. So if you go at the time, right? If you will go on a Sunday at 7:00, you're paying about $3,000.
Yikes.
Yeah. If you go on a Friday night, about 2,800, and boy, don't go Saturday, about 4,000 or 5,000. So I found one on a Thursday night. I think $950, some around there. And still, that's a lot for a play. But like I say, I was believing that this is gonna probably be Denzel's last rodeo, and I said I love Denzel, and let me tell you why. Let me tell you why I bought this ticket. Let me tell you why it was worth it. Because one thing, I'm always trying because I do plays anyway, and so it was said to believe that in New York Broadway, they do great plays, and do they? Yes, they do. Yes, they do. I'm gonna tell you about the MJ one. So anyway, so basically, I was trying to. I want to be better. I want to learn better, and I know if I'm gonna learn better, I'm gonna learn from what the best. So
Yeah.
it wasn't a waste because I was wanting to go. So this is how it expanded because I was gonna go to the play and just fly back home.
Mm.
So my wife had an idea. She said, "Hey, you gonna fly all the way to New York and for a plane and come back?" I said, "Yeah, because the tickets, that's $9, and then you talking about with the plane costs and hotel." She says, why don't you go and stay a little longer than that and see other plays?" I said, "You know what? That's a great idea." So anyway, so I was looking at some other plays. I went to the MJ,
Okay.
the Michael Jackson. Now that play is out of this world. What I've never seen a production like that in my life. Even my production. Now I'm good. I'm good at what I do. But when I saw that, oh my God. Did I get some ideas from it? I mean, that MJ thing is unbelievable. It's
So
unreal.
you were on a business trip then.
Yes, that thing was. When I say it was life changing. It literally changed my life. It was excellent. But back to the story. So, I decided to go like two more plays. I would see Denzel and some more plays, and I was gonna go home. So that was it. And then one day, I'm on Facebook, and I realized, there's some talk shows out there too. So they had the Tamron talk show, and then they had the View out there, and they had they had Kelly Clarkson out there. So I applied for all. I applied for all of them. You know what I'm saying? And lo and behold, they came in. They came in on different dates. I said, "Oh man, this is perfect." So when when the tickets came in, I kind of made around. I made around the different plays I went to. So when I was going to New York, I said, "Well, listen, if I'm going to the plays, I'm going to the talk shows. Let me see some other things I can do out because cause I don't want to go to New York and just go there and do that and just leave." So I did some sightseeing. I went on some tours, which was unbelievable. Met a lot of people. It was just unbelievable. But the first thing you wouldn't believe, the first thing I wanted to go to was the church. That's the first thing I went to. I went to one of the oldest churches in New York. When I say it was awesome, unbelievable. I went on a tour and the lady told me all the history about it, the wood, it was the stained glass, it was unbelievable. And I think anytime when you have anytime when you have a dream, make sure the church / God is in the front of it, and what it would do, it will open up, open up your path. So when I so when went to church, things started opening up. She showed me everything about the history of church, and that was unbelievable. But I do want to just add this right here. Before I left, I planned three things. I asked my wife to pray for me. I asked my wife to pray that I have good success. So my wife, you know what she did, right?
Really?
She prayed for me, right? So, but guess what? I learned something. The more people you got praying for you, the widen up your prayers will be. I'm gonna tell you what happened. When she prayed for me, it widened up. So then I went to my church at Manor Church. I got them to pray for me. And boy, they prayed, boy. I felt, I really felt this thing. And guess what it did? It widened up. And then I have a good friend named Mr. DeMond McNeil. I'm sorry, Apostle Mom, man. Then he prayed. And it widened up. So guess what? So now, because sometimes when we pray for ourselves, which is good, it's good, but we should have other people praying for us, so it kind of widens up. Why our prayers up? So wherever that we're going to, we can conquer it. And let me tell you what happened. This is what happened. It blew me away. So when I went to the church, and they told me all that, the next day I went was the view. Oh my God. So when I went there, you know me, I see because I was on the Price Right game show. So I knew, whatever time they tell you to be there, you better be there an hour to 2 hours before, because it's gonna be a crowd out there.
Right.
And sure enough, it was, but I knew the routine. So I wasn't no way behind. So while I'm in the line, this is what I always do. When you're in line, sometimes what they do, they just be in line just to wait to get in. So, and you out there about an hour and a half. So I'm thinking, this is what I'm thinking, right? I'm thinking, right, I'm already out here with all these people. And I'm saying, let me meet these people here. So while I'm in line, right, I'm talking to everybody, really I'm warming up. I'm warming up for the studio. See, his thing is, you can't get ready when you get there. You gotta be already ready. So
Yeah.
right. So guess what happened? I'm talking to people. I'm taking pictures. I'm doing video. I'm doing all this inside the line. I'm just doing inside the line, oh yeah. Let me see what happened. Can't remember. I think I had pink on that day. Oh man. See, and plus you have to look the part too. You know what I'm saying? Because let me see what happened. See what happened. Because when I got out the cab, when I got out the taxi, this is what I did. The people in the crowd didn't know who I was. And guess what I did? I didn't tell no different. They thought I was some kind of celebrity. And that's what I did. I showed them, and when you get out the cab, you can't just hop out of there. Because it looked like you're rushing. You have to get out there, you have to kind of ease out there.
Silent and profiling.
Right. You can't just jump out. Yeah. You can't just jump out because they'll know that you're not that celebrity. So I opened the door, didn't get out. I put one foot out first. See, everything has to be in sections. Up foot out first, right? And I made sure I had the sunshades on. So at this time, I can see all the ladies, they got their cameras down already because they don't know who I am. But I knew who I was. So I gets out, the camera's up, they're taking pictures of me. I'm saying, boy, they don't know. I'm just gleaning something. But guess what? I'm going to act like I'm Denzel Washington. So I came out. And when they saw me, I was getting in line. I said, oh, he like us. So anyway, I was meeting different people from different parts, California, people from New York, people from Delaware, I had a person who don't live too far from my parents in Clinton, Maryland. So we talking, I'm laughing, I'm taking videos, everything's going good. The lady, the usher of the view, she comes out, she checks our tickets. She said, "Oh, sir, you have a nice outfit on." I said, "Oh, thank you so much." So after that we get in, and then as we get in, she give us the rules and regulations. She said, look, y'all, now, what you can do is you can have your phone out, while there's no taping, while we're not taping. But as soon as we start taping about 5 minutes prior, you gotta put your phones up. If they catch you with the phone taping while they taping, they're gonna ask you to leave, and they're gonna ask you to delete the footage that you had. So everybody knew the rules. So, but before we went in, right, they had this backdrop of all the view. So everybody taking pictures and all that stuff. But I can tell everybody's still nervous, man. Everybody's still nervous at each other. So what I would do is I would call people up and I would take pictures for them. Take a picture, kind of make people relax and stuff. But for me, it was prepared me. Didn't happen. It was time for us to go in the studio.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. We went in the studio. As we went in, they place you different places. So they placed me and two other young ladies on top of this like a stage. I said, wow, this is good here. This is real good. So I'm up there, and the lady comes out. It's kind of a lady. She gets the crowd warmed up. What she does, she shows us, when to clap, when to go, something sad and all that stuff. It's real good. It's unbelievable. So anyway, I'm in there, right? And I'm saying to myself, boy, if she called me to say something, that is it. So then guess what happened? Soon as I thought that, guess what happened? She called me to say something. She said, young man, in the nice pink outfit. I said to myself, wow, they are in trouble now. She said, stand up. So at this time, right, the audience packed. It's packed full now.
Mm-hmm.
She said, where you from? Told where I was from, and then she asked me about the view, and then she says, she said, tell a little bit about yourself. Why did she do that? Oh my God! So what I did, Miss Love, I gave them my story. I gave what you said about I told them the story about 9 months ago. I was 325 pounds. When I said that, guess what happened? The audience like, what? See, so then I had them there. Then I went on with the story and tell them how I'm doing now. So they were just so impressed because there were some people that were there who was overweight. How I know, not how I know I seen them, but after the show they came to me. But I'm gonna tell you about that later. So I did that. They gave me like a standing ovation. And she said that you look amazing. And then after that, they cut me off because it was time for the show. So she
Right.
sat me down. And then all of a sudden the big lights come on, and Whoopi and all them people, all the cast of The View, they all coming out, right? And everybody can remember we rehearsed this. Everybody clapping when we going wild. I'm going wild because everybody wants to be on TV. You know what I'm saying? Because they have a big old boom camera. Everybody wants to be on TV. So we clapping. So they came and they started their subject for the day, which was good. And then we went to commercial. Why did they go to commercial? Another opportunity. So we went to commercial, right? And then the lady who did the hyping, she says, Miss Whoopi, we got a guy named Glenn Sutton from North Carolina, and he dressed real nice. And she said, stand up. Wow. So see, at this time, right, you have all the cast members from the host. So I stood in and clapped again, and Whoopi and I, we was talking. She was telling me, be careful, don't eat nothing red because it was real good. It was real good, real good. And like I say, it was a life-changing opportunity because I know for a fact that I couldn't orchestrated this. I really believe, all the preparation from being outside, talking to other people, that was preparing me. And then right in the middle of it, they had another section where we got some free stuff. They gave us it was some vendors that was on the show. They gave us some free items. And I loved it. And then then after the show, after the show, the cast members of the View, they was there, and one of the View hosts, their family member was there. So I'm leaving. I'm ready to leave out. And so he stopped me. He said, "Hey man," he said, "Man, look, man, I want to tell you, man, I want to thank you, man. You really got us motivated." And I didn't know he was kin to one of the Views hosts. And then she came back. She came back when the host from the View. She came back with him, and then she saw me. She said, "Oh, thank you so much." And you know what I did? I said, "Hey, I want to take a picture with you." "Oh, no problem." Took a picture. It was so unbelievable because the thing is, sometimes we watch stuff on TV and we look at them as we look at them probably as stars, and they probably are, and they are stars, whatever they do. But God prepared me for that. Preparation means everything. When soon as you get inside the atmosphere, what are you going to do? What are you going to do when you have the opportunity to show your talent or show whatever gift that God has for you? So we done that. I took all the pictures I could. It was unbelievable. At this point in time, I was doing what I had to do. My wife told me this here. She said, "Listen, every time you do something, she said, before you put on Facebook, make sure you send it to me first." So I was sending everything to her. I was sending everything to her. But it was so. I think what really touched my heart, really, even though my wife wasn't there, it was like she was just excited as I was. And then a thought came to me. I said, "You know what I'm gonna do? Instead of me just taking pictures and videos, I'm gonna go live because I want people that's wherever they are at, whether in DC, North Carolina, or wherever they're at, I want them to experience what I'm experiencing, even though they're not here. I want to take them on a journey. I'm telling you, that's what I want to do. I want to take them on a journey, and everything I see, I want them to see, because I wanted them to let them know that I'm at. I mean, they could do the exact same thing, but you got to put forth an effort in there. So I made my decision. I said, everything I do from here on out, I'm gonna show everybody. So that was my goal. So after that day, that View, oh, it was unbelievable, man. I had a ball. I had one down. It was go. The next day, I had it was a long day that day. That morning, I went to the Today Show. Oh my God, the Today Show at Rockefeller Plaza. That was unbelievable. I got there early. As a matter of fact, I was second in line. I got there about 5:30, and I was second in line. It was unbelievable. So then when we went in the Rockefeller Plaza, it's on the outside. They gave us rules and regulations on what to do, clap and smile. And once we did all that, then the host from the Today Show, they came out. When I say they were so friendly, it was unbelievable. They were just they were down to earth. They were
like Al Roker.
yeah.
Yeah, they really do seem like a down to earth. Like I get a good feeling about them.
I'm saying, I mean, and here I say this, and I want to let everybody know this here. What I learned over the years, people see you how you see yourself. I'm serious. When I came out there and all the things I've done, God knows, I had my mindset. I didn't say I was better than them, but I said myself, I'm like them. So and let me tell you what happened. Matter of fact, I don't know the guy's name. He's one of the hosts on the Today Show. And so I saw him come out, and I looked at him, and I waved him towards me. I waved him on, and let me tell you what happened. Man, let me tell you something. Man, God is so good. This guy comes over there. It was amazing. To me, it was amazing how, like I said earlier, it's how you see yourself. I honestly, I think I could be wrong for saying this. I think he thought I was some kind of big star like he was. 'Cause he came over there. It was like he was more happy to see me. I mean, I'm thinking like I think he think I'm somebody else. And then this lady come to me, right? She says, sir, I ain't trying to be funny, but you favor what's the guy name? Do you know Glenn Truman?
I haven't
You
heard.
know him? Huh?
No.
Well, anyway, he's the actor. I don't know. He's an African American actor. She said, "You favor him." I said, maybe I'm thinking. I said, maybe you think I'm him. I don't know. But anyway, but I woke in them. We took pictures. I talked with them. It was unbelievable experience. You remember I said earlier about when you pray, you may be here. But when you get other people pray, it widens you up. So wherever you try to go, you can kind of just conquer that. So
Yep.
when it was unbelievable. We had a terrific time there. They came out, and well, not just only just me. It was everybody. And one thing I do want to point out this here, what I learned when I learned what I witnessed. Meeting them was fine, but there was the people that was in line was just as important. Because remember, we out there 2 or 3, we out there for an hour and a half, and we talking to it. Well, I was talking to everybody. God knows I was talking because I want to see where everybody from. I had one person. They was an hour away from me where I live at. They were from Pinehurst, North Carolina. I'm from Hope Mills, about an hour and a half away from my house. So I didn't waste time. Here's the thing. I didn't waste time waiting on the stars. I used all my time for the people that was in line with me. We built
Right.
relationships. I'm serious. That if that was, I mean, we exchanged numbers. We got Facebook. I mean, it was unbelievable. And so I didn't waste no time of waiting to see a star. I treated everybody as they was important. That's what I did. I did. So after the Today Show ended, right across the street was the Kelly Clarkson show. So I walked across the street, got in line, and but you know what? There was a little different. They had tight security. I mean, it was a little it was tight security. We had to go up, go down, check this out, check this out. I said, it reminded me when those TSAs, they were worse than that. I said, wait. You know what? Is this a show or? But it was tight
Yeah.
security. Was it tight?
Kelly
It was real
is
tight.
popular.
I'll say it again.
Kelly is one of those that are like pretty popular. Like, yeah.
Oh, I know she. Oh,
I
yeah.
can imagine the security on her.
Yeah.
On her show. Like,
But I tell you one thing about her, she's down to earth.
yeah, she seems like it.
Oh, yeah, she is. So once we got in there, it was a brief studio. But like I said earlier, I didn't waste time of seeing her or whatever. I did all my energy, with the people that was in line. Met so many people. Kelly Clarkson show. As a matter of fact, she sung, but she has some issues with her throat. But she still sounds good. But she sung, and when she finished, right, she said, y'all don't play that on air. Don't play that on live because that's not my best. But she sounds good. I mean, but I guess she's a perfectionist. But she sounds excellent. Had an excellent spirit. Unbelievable. Yeah, I can't remember the comedian they had on the show. He was good. But I would say this to anybody out there. If you have an idea, if you go on these talk shows, and let me say this here, there was a segment where they did bring in somebody like says a known person brings in, and they were doing something, but it was nothing that you and I could have submitted in. So I tell everybody now, y'all, if you have an idea of something, or go on their page and see what they're looking for, and I'm telling you, you might fit that bill because when they showed that person, it was good, but it was nothing that you and I could have done. So now you know. So now this is what I do now. I go to talk shows. and I find the list of what they're looking for. Wherever topic is, if it's something it's something that that I can do, whatever, I'll submit my request in, and you never know, they may choose you. They may choose. One that well, I'm gonna go into that later. I'm gonna almost tell y'all the big story. Anyway, so guess what? I finished Kelly Clarkson. So it was unbelievable, life changing. It was unbelievable. Then I went to have you ever heard of the Apollo Theater?
Yes.
I went there because
Nice.
let me tell you what happened. I was a little nervous because it was in Harlem. Cause I was always heard these horror stories in Harlem. I'll be
I
watching
like
these.
Harlem. I did truck driving in Harlem. Yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay, all
Them
right,
and
okay.
yeah,
But
yeah.
watching TV, so I took a cab out to Harlem because I had tickets to the Apollo because I want to go to Apollo. I want to see it. When I went in Apollo, mm-mm, it was unbelievable. I mean, unbelievable. The energy was there. I was looking at the stage. I took pictures of everything. I was there. I mean, I like, oh my God, this what I've been seeing on TV now. I'm here. I met some people from Nebraska. They were there. But you know what was so unusual? You know, when you think of Harlem, you might think more African American people. It was white people there. It was Chinese. It was everybody. Every race was there. It wasn't separate. It was just a big fun thing. And this what got me right. They had a host guy, and he says, I need 12 people to come on stage and help us like raise the roof up, probably dance, whatever. You know what I'm going to do? Get on stage. Oh man, there was time. There was it here. I said, hey, I want to go on stage because I had. Oh, matter of fact, I had this jacket on too, this red outfit on. So I went there. Oh my God, I had it. Well, we had a Paul. But then when I got on stage, right, I looked up and the balcony was it was packed. It was amazing. It was truly amazing. Meet other people who don't look like you, and we laughing, we clapping, and then the show began. It began, and the talent, people from different parts of the world came and show their talent, and it was so good. But the one of the best part is leaving. Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Okay, move. So the best part was leaving. I was leaving. They had all these vendors out there. Our vendors. It was vendors, and I bought a lot of stuff because I wanted to bring stuff back. Not for just me and my kids, but people, my coworkers. I want them to see, the things that I've seen. It was unbelievable. Oh man, it was unbelievable. Had so much fun. Um, Learned a lot about people. Learned a lot
Mhm.
about me. So, but it was good. Then the next day I went to that morning. I went to Good Morning America. Oh my God, that was when that's that Times Square. I can't remember. I don't remember. I'm so pleased. But anyway, when y'all, it's on the video. I went to see because it's what happened. I thought you can go inside the studio, but they don't do it no more because of COVID. So we had to stand outside. So we see Robin, Michael Strahan. I'm waving, but I knew they wasn't gonna come out. It was kind of chilly, but it wasn't that cold. And
Right.
so I saw Robin, and I looked at her. She looked at me, and I said, and I just want one picture, right? She said, okay, I'm coming. But guess what? I knew she was gonna come. I knew she said that about everybody. But guess what? She came. Oh my God, she came, right? She came to me, and we did a video together, pictures and all that. And it was like a dream come true. I know people that you see on TV now, and she's a beautiful person as well. She's unbelievable. And it was unreal to see them. to see them live.
Hmm.
Say it that way. See it live. But
Yeah.
Mike said that Mike said he didn't come out there, but it was fine. But I saw Robin. You know, you can't get them all. But I saw them, and it literally changed my life. It literally changed my life. Really
I've seen
did.
that you had are seeing Martha Stewart like in your
Now,
picture.
let me say about my mother Stewart. Now she got me real good. She was standing in the corner, right? So um um the other hosts, they all came around to see everybody. So I thought Martha was gonna do that. So I didn't really ask because everybody else was doing it. So she was just standing there. And then after they said her name, she went back in. I said, what? I said, that part I didn't understand. I did because I would have called her because I thought she was gonna just follow suit like everybody was gonna do, but she didn't do it, you know. Maybe she was tired, but you know, wherever she was, but at least she came out there. I took a picture with her, took a picture at her. But I would have told her because I was come on over, but she didn't do it. But you know, that's her prerogative. But at least I was in her presence. That was the good part about it. And that's the it makes the it makes my trip so powerful that I was able to share. I was able to share what I've seen.
Mm.
But one of the I was talking to Tamara Hall and Robin Roberts and other guys from the Today Show. And this is what they said to me. I was looking at them and I was telling them, follow your dreams. And Robin, she mentioned, I was telling her, she said, where you from? I said, Miss Robin, I'm from North Carolina. And she kind of liked I had like a leather jacket on. And I said, she said, what brings you to New York? I came to come learn from the best with Denzel Washington, learn from the best and see Denzel Washington. She said, oh, that's a good place. She said, the tickets are expensive. But then she says, then I told her I do plays too. And then she says, I tell you one thing you sure have the energy because she said you had the energy. She said you had the energy to catch my eye. And then remember, now Robin it was through a glass. So I must she said you had the energy to catch my attention to get here. And she said whatever you do, don't stop pursuing the goals. And she didn't use dream, but same thing. Don't stop pursuing the goals that's in your heart. She don't stop. She said if you don't stop, guess what? They will happen. And I received that. I'm telling y'all the same thing. If you don't stop, you know, and age and dreams don't know no age. You know, you can start now or you can start tomorrow. But if I think it's the persistence and being consistent. You know, that outweighs talent. The reason why I said that because there's a lot of people out there that's more talented than me, probably more talented than you, but they might don't have the persistency to being persistent or being consistent of what you do. Because people have to, you know, I found about us, about you all that, people have to know, we have to be known for something. You know, I got a family member, I ain't gonna call his name, Cornell Sutton, that's my brother. You know, he always, I love him to death, but he's a very good salesman. But with him, you know, he may be selling one thing one day, and next month he's selling something else. Hey man, you need to be consistent in one thing. And once you do that and put all your efforts in that, you know, this is what people do. They have a plan B. Well, I'm gonna do this in case that don't work out. I can fall back on this. No. So you lead in the fall. Once you have that one thing, you know, go for it and let it. You know, but things, if you stick to it, things will open up for you. And that's what I learned from Eddie Murphy. But people have plan B. You know, that plan B, I don't go for that. Go and put all your eggs in one basket and go for it. Hey, live life. That's what I'm doing now. And by me I'm 57 years old, and I would tell you, I had a wonderful life. When God does call me home, one thing I know He's gonna say is, "Hey, my son Glenn, oh, he did it. He." I wanted to say I was faithful. and well done. Because
Right.
I really believe, I truly believe that we're placed on this earth not for ourselves, but for God. And He wants us to affect this world and change it. You know, because a lot of times people say stuff like a good friend of mine, and we was talking today, and she said something, and she blessed me. She said, Mr. Sell, I'm telling you this. And she says, I saw you had a good time in New York, and I can see now if you was in New York all this time, you'd be like Tyler Perry. And that could be true, but it's not about Tyler Perry. It's what the purpose that God had for you. And let me tell you why. Let me tell you why I said that. I'm in I work in a small county, but they wonderful people. I mean, unbelievable people. And sometimes God will place you there because He knows that you can affect there. God is not. Oh my God, He is not impressed. You making you. He's not impressed with you getting an Academy Award. No, that's byproduct stuff. He's not impressed. He's always impressed with if you can change a life. And if he feel like Glenn Sack can change a life at 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 the place of business that he works at, oh man, he gonna send you there. Not saying that you'll never get nowhere else, but it has to be. It really has to be about God's purpose. It really has to be.
You
And
went.
I said it again.
You got to be sent and not
Yeah,
went.
right. That's that's it. And you have to find fulfillment in that because it can't be about me, can't be about you. And sometimes celebrities make us feel that they up here, that they're down there. But in one day, God can turn us there around. He had done that many of times if we stay submitted. But like I say, on my quest of this New York thing, it has literally changed my life. And and I was talking to another person, and I could feel you could feel the blanks. I got a job offer up there. Oh man, it's big.
Nice.
Yes. Well, not. I haven't told my wife yet.
Oh,
Even
is
that,
that the secret thing that you were saying that
yes,
we're gonna
yeah.
get
I
there?
haven't. Matter of fact,
What?
she's in the other room right now. She has no idea what I gotta tell her tonight. She has no idea. She in the room right there. But I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This is what I did tell her. Baby, I gotta tell you something. And usually, no. As soon as I got back, I got home and I told her I had to tell something that's important. Usually, right, she'll stop and sit down. But this time she was so glad. She was so glad to see me. She see me the whole week. She didn't say anything, so I said, I'm gonna wait until I get on live. But however, when you start going to these talk shows, you got other producers out there too. They're looking at you,
Yep.
and they're looking at you. So I'm not at liberty. I'm not at liberty to tell you what talk shows, but it's big. It's just real big. It's real big. Is it tempting? Yeah, it's tempting. It's tempting. It's real tempting. So anyway, y'all, be praying that I make the right decision. I don't want my wife will move to New York.
Yeah.
I don't know. And like I say, it might never happen. But something that we do have to pray about. And this is the reason I'm saying this here. Sometimes when God puts you in that atmosphere, what happens is, and then when your gift comes out, your other directors or producer, executive, hey, you know what? You know what? She is good. You know what, Miss Love? I love that. I love that. Oil runner, that's good. And they can see something. They can see potential. And sometimes people can see your potential, and even you probably don't see. You probably, I've been doing this for years. And but anyway, that's the thing. I got a big job off. Oh man, it's unbelievable. You know why I didn't ask how much they pay? Because I was so excited. My wife was
Honestly, I
sometimes,
think it's more like the experience for your
yeah.
next level in your personal
Right.
journey.
It
That's
is.
how I see mines, is like the connections that come with it and everything. Like with the oil runners, I had the vision. I
Right.
didn't know, I knew it was going to be all around the world.
Right.
Did not know, like when we started, it was like just, we did our godly thing. We still kept it God. We keep it God still. But
Right.
after doing the surgeries, I was like, I still want to do it, but like, but
Right.
the inconsistency came along due to the surgeries, not me. But then I got hit up, by a PR and all that, and like meeting different people, and like everybody, like all of it now just is coming together. And like you said, that consistency.
Oh yeah.
Now online, it's not consistent, like for that stupid algorithm stuff or whatever to gain all the followers or whatever. But the consistency, like, and dressing to impress and all that stuff. And I did that at the actual Comic-Con this weekend.
Wow, that's good. It's good.
You know what I mean? So like they went right. I decided to just do my makeup after the surgery. I was like, well, if I can't do my hair, like I'll see if the makeup, if I can move my arm or whatever, see what happens, right? So I had a fur jacket and everything, and I actually went into the con with my brace on, and I walked up to Dietrich, the guy from Drew Carey show. He played Oswald from the Drew Carey show and All American Family. Dietrich, dang it, what the heck is his name? By the way, that was a person I was like, oh, that was a celebrity. I actually, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, dude, like seriously. And I walked up to him, I was like, thank you for getting me through my college. Like all that stuff. Like I'm in college now, but I still watch the show. Like, but I went up there and I went with confidence, like how you said when you went up to the people, all that. Like I was just, and I had a mission, and I said I got up, and I wasn't supposed to go that day, and I said, listen, I run the show, right? And I said it's about inspiring, learning, growing, and all this stuff. And then he was like, I said, would you be able to, can I give you my card? I didn't expect nothing else. I was expecting, I said, but I deal with celebrities, so I know the game. I know how to handle, all that. I would never like mess with anybody's security or whatever. And he was like, yeah, I got like, I don't know about next week, but the week after, what? He's like, can I call you? Say what?
That's powerful.
And I had prayed before that. And I was asking God, I was like, well, whatever. I had the mission and went for it. Like, and I said, you know what? You gotta dress to impress. Like, and then he asked me about the surgery, like, and everything. And then he was very impressed on, like, I said, yeah, this is number 8 in the last 5 years. I said, I've had this. Number 8. I just had like every 6 months, I've always had like a surgery somewhere along the way. And like, I told him all the surgeries. He's like, and I said, and I still ran the show, and I still went to college, graduated with a child behavioral health for 1 degree. And I'm still running on 2 degrees, bachelor degrees, making almost a 4.0. Right, on journalism and psychology with minors in art and minor in nutrition. And he was like,
wow.
And that's what I said. And I said, after each surgery, 8 days later, I'm up in the mountains hiking. I don't care what I feel like. I have to leave out of my house. And I said, this one killed me. But I said, you, besides God, you got me out of bed. You and Kronk over there. Like, other than that, I wouldn't have never gotten there. But I was hurting after I got through. But I was like, geez, Louise. But
that's amazing.
Like, how you felt in New York, that's how I felt, like, yeah, like it was pretty equivalent on that end. So yeah, that consistency and really letting God take over and just do what you gotta do. There's no way that there's no excuse.
See, the thing is, we only have one life.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. We have one life. And whether you 50, 30, 40, even my kids, one time, oh man, I'll never forget. I was downstairs. My daughter, she's about 11 years old. No, 10. And so I'm downstairs fixing something. She comes downstairs. She said, Daddy. I said, yeah. She says, I'm gonna write a book. Okay. What you gonna write a book about? And she said, I'm gonna write a book about you. I said, what book will be about? And this is what she said. She said, I'm writing a book about the man who never gave up. Oh my God.
That's a powerful word.
Oh man. It touched me. Oh my God. The reason why I went there, she just in her 10 years, she saw my life. She see me every day.
Yeah.
And she's even 30 years ago, I it's just and see our kids and our spouse or significant other, they know us. And for her to say that no Academy Award could ever replace that.
Right.
She always knew that, hey, I'm gonna go out there. And like I say, because I do plays, and I'm good. No, I'm good. God, let me tell you something. God, I'm how powerful God is. When I was younger, and my fact, I'm gonna call her name, my good friend, my old classmate, her name was Shanita Young. I saw her about a few weeks ago, and I was letting her know. I said, when we was in school, I think it was like third or fourth grade, I can't remember what it was. I could barely read. I was barely read, being overweight. I wasn't. They used to call me this name, being ugly, fat. Oh my God, it was terrible. I wasn't looking, and I would ask God, why? I said, God, why would you make me like this here? Now there were other people that were look a lot better, smarter. It seemed like God. It seemed like God made them look good, and I'm like this here, and I was so confused. If you didn't have curly hair or your skin wasn't real nice and smooth, as a male, the girls wasn't, you wasn't slim, I wasn't slim, I was overweight, so I wasn't none of that. And so I was sharing with Shanita, that part, I ain't share that part with her, part I shared with her, that I couldn't read. I was way behind on level. Like I was in the 5th grade or the 1st grade reading level. I was way behind. But I was asking, why you make me like this here? And then let me tell you this thing, you ain't gonna believe this here. I was at a school that had I don't know you remember these people here. You remember a girl named Stacey Lattisaw?
Nope.
Anyway, she was a good hit R&B singer, but she was 12. I think she was 12. I was about 10 years old. We went to the same school. And you know the guy in New Edition called Johnny Gill? Yes, no.
Yeah, that's
But
my
somebody,
there.
huh?
I love Johnny Gill.
Well, Johnny Gill stays alive. We always in the same. In fact, we lived in the same neighborhood, kind of the same
Okay.
neighborhood. So here's the thing: is now Stacey was real. She was a big star. It was nobody big. Johnny came a little later, maybe about 4 or 5 years later. And then we had other people that was, other people in that school. We had one guy played basketball named Daryl Pruitt. He played professional overseas. It was so many other people that was being successful, but me. It was like what is my, what do I got to do? Always been, I really wasn't good at nothing. I don't know, but it seemed like God just kind of forgot about me.
Right.
And that was further from the truth. Now, as I look back on my life, no, sometimes God would he would hide you.
Yep. In plain
For
sight.
the appointed time. Sometimes people get success too early, and that's all you get. It reminded me of the show called Different Strokes. sometimes you can be typecast
Yep.
because you're exposed too early. So I wonder why. I said, God, why you bless Stacy? She was a big star out there. Then Johnny came. Then the other people came. It was people that was. Then we had one guy named Sherman Douglas. He didn't go to our same school, but it was in the same, in same Washington D.C. area. They were all big. They were all being successful, which I think was successful. They were all being famous, and everybody wanted a little bit. Everybody wanted their name called for something.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt God. I felt God didn't have His hand on me.
Forgot about you.
Yeah.
And then the weight didn't help either, probably.
Yeah, that and
depression.
and then not being able to, I was off. I wasn't on grade level, so it was just it was negative on negative on negative on negative, and all this. Even when I was in high school, I got better, but still I wasn't. I didn't find my niche, and now and guess what? I went to college, struggle, but I made it. But still haven't found my niche. Never did. And see, God would do, He will hide you just for the right time. And then my father-in-law, I'll never forget, he asked me to write a skit. I said, I can't, my penmanship is terrible, my grammar is terrible. I'm not no journalist. But I did it. I did it out of obedience. And lo and behold, I wrote a skit best I could, and we performed it. And Miss Love, I don't know what happened. That little skit blew up. And so it kind of got me rolling, right? So in my mind thinking like maybe I was just lucky.
Yeah.
But then I did another one. Boom! Then I did another one. I said, man, maybe I got something in this here. And so I was doing, doing it on a small scale, maybe on a church level. And then years passed, I got better. I was going to other plays, looking at people trying to fine tune. And then it happened. I became good. Oh man. I became real good.
Reading and writing.
Yes, I became real good. I was hungry because I wanted to learn from the best. And I never forget when the guy who I should look up to, and when he came to me one day and he did my shoulders, he said, "Glenn, you have arrived." Oh yeah, that meant a lot to me. So wherever y'all at right now, if you feel like you feel like you're not moving fast enough, God may be hiding you. I'm sure God, He loves everybody. He loves everybody, but He knows what's best. And I think about it now. What if I did have the success earlier? Could I would have handled it? I don't know. I don't know. But the timing wasn't right. I had to go through all that. Even now, right? Even now with I work for a school system, been doing it for 35 years. And I have a heart for the EC kids. Cause you know why? I was one.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what? I don't have a heart for just EC kids. I have a heart for all kids. Actually, if anybody knows, that's my passion. That's I'm, kids would do. Kids, they keep you young. They keep you young. Sometimes kids are not come to work. They said, Mr. Seddon, did you buy it from Temu?
That's a
I said, yeah, I sure did. They said, oh man, that's cheap stuff. But then this what they said. They said, can I wear it?
Yeah.
Why cheap? Oh, you call it cheap. But kids, what it does when I'm around them, they bring new life and new energy towards me.
They do.
That, that's one. You and I, we had the same surgery. That's one of the main reasons why I had the gastric bypass. It wasn't just for me. It was for my kids. One time, I'm gonna tell you what God did. God got me real good. One day, I was at one of my other schools, and I wasn't myself one day. I wasn't myself. I know where I wrap up. I was myself. And this girl, she's EC. She's ECCC. She talks. Wow. But guess what I do? I will always listen to her. Till one day God fixed me. I was being down and out. And she comes over there and walking to me. Hey, Miss, how you doing? I said, I ain't doing that good. And then God spoke to her. And she said, Miss Sutton, she said, do you know why you here at this school? Do you know what? She said, do you know why you here? This is how she was doing this. I said, why I'm here? I ain't calling names. She said, you are here for us. You are here for us. And when she said that, that hit me. It's not about it's not about these plays. It's not about meeting people. It's about what we can do for others. I'm telling you. I may never win no Academy Award. But guess what I can do? I can go to Hollywood and I can buy one and hold it up. I, I don't chase after that. It's just not worth it because it's not lasting. You know, it's not lasting. It's
Right.
what you do for others. What have you changed lives? That's it. That's what I try to do. And some people could be on this live. They're my coworkers. That's why every morning I have an absolute. I know we all got problems. I got a lot of problems, but I don't come in there that school with problems. Oh no. I ain't never doing that. God told me that. He says, listen, when you come to work, you never. This is what he told me. He said you can never have a bad day. I said, well, God, sometimes we get bad days. No, because those kids watching you, your coworkers, they watching you. You can't have no bad day. I
Right.
have to be your help. I said, well, God, come on, everybody got bad days. He said, no, but you can't. And I understood what he meant. We always on stage. We always on the cameras.
And looking at Jesus, like that right there, that bad day is like, well, I have bad moments, but
Right.
not a bad day because every day I wake
Right.
up, it's good. It's just the
Right.
little moments get me. But now, like over the couple years, I always see that whole walk with Jesus when he went to the cross.
Yes. Oh my God.
And looking at it not on a godly level,
Right.
but literally looking at a human level.
Uh-huh.
If he were just to stay completely human, that thing was all heavy. He could have had a heart attack, all of that, whatever. He could have died, literally.
Right.
But he didn't complain.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like the thorns were in his head. That's the
Yes.
hurt. I complain about the small little cut, right? So I'm like, well, when people ask me, so how are you doing? After all the surgeries or whatever, I'm okay. I want to complain, but I'm not gonna do it. I just can't. Like, why am I gonna complain? Like, yeah, of course I complain to God, but
Right.
like we said, we are watched, and now we are watched even more because we don't know who's recording it on a cell phone.
That's right.
Our attitudes outside of our cars, and when a car accident happens, somebody's flipping out at you. You don't know where you're gonna end up on the online forever.
That's right.
And then you're trying to have a brand that's like a good brand, and all of a sudden they just pull out that one video. It's like, really?
That's right. And it can happen. We can lose it. So what I do is I try to make sure that I'm not perfect. Good God, I'm not.
And nobody.
I try to live right. Not just right in my household. But every time I leave, whether I'm at my church, and man, I always say this here, and I know you probably say the same thing too. I go to one of the greatest churches in the world. That church has really changed my life. The man that you see now is all because of the ministry of man. Church. I'm serious. They was what it is. They changed. They did it. What happened? God's good. God's good. I can only tell you what church that done for me. It opened my eyes. It It allowed me to be even total creative. It took me to a whole nother level. Meet other people who don't look like me, you know, so I can grow and so I can be around people that's smarter than me. And I want I want to grow because I don't know how much time I have left, and I don't, but I want to leave a legacy, and I want to see my grandkids. I want to
Yeah.
I want to hold my grandkids and say, hey, and pray over them. Thank God for New York, but New York is gone. You know what God told me? I was at my wife's church. Anyway, I was at my wife's church. They probably say it with my church. My wife and I, we go to different churches. That was our decision. It worked for us. So I was in my wife's church, and her pastor was my pastor. He said something, and before he said it, but God spoke it to me. And he says, I can't remember what he said, but it's talking about blessing. He says, God basically says, God gonna give you like another blessing. And I said, thank God for New York. New York was good. But guess what? That's not my ultimate. No.
Right.
Even you, Miss Love, this, your old runners, man, this is not the ultimate. It's something God want to take all of us to a higher level. All that we have to do, as my pastor, Pastor Christopher always say, he called the cheat code to God is obedience. He said, be obedient. He said, you want to grow up? Be obedient. Study his word. Be obedient. It's no secret. And then when he said that, guess what happened? I shouldn't say this on Facebook. Mama said, when I was younger, my brothers, they made some mistakes. So I watched how my father and mother deal with them. So this is what I did. My mom and dad don't know that they're going to know it now. I said, I'm going to do the opposite of what my brothers did. So what they did wrong, I would do right. So when I was doing right, guess what happened? I would ask my father and mother for things. They can't refuse me. You know why? Because I was obedient. It's hard to say no to a person when they're obedient to you. And everything, Mom, I'm sorry. I got y'all. But I was obedient. And obedience has nothing to do with feelings.
Right.
If you're on your job, that's why on my job, right, when my boss asked me, when Mr. Alpha asked me to do something, I always say, no problem. I got it. Don't worry about it. I'm there. No problem. I got it. At 99% of the time, it's sometimes, guess what? I know I can't do it. I know I have time to do it. But if it's in my power to do it, God knows I'll do it. No problem. Because what it does, it releases some of the pressure off of him.
Mm-hmm.
It does. You become more of a help and then more of a hindrance. But
And you build in your resume and the
yes,
like whatever you can do. You learn something new or whatever it is. And
yes, and not just my administrator, even my coworker. They asked me like we coming up. I got to drive the bus to some different activities. They asked me, no problem, no, ain't no problem. And I'm tired. Yeah, I'm tired. No, I'm tired. But what I'm doing, I'm investing not just in myself, but in them. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? I just want to. I'm learning how to do for others. This thing,
yeah,
it got to be about
serving.
others.
Yeah.
We're closing out now. I met one of the main highlights of this whole trip wasn't meeting them people. Guess who I met? I
Hmm.
met a street lady. What happened was I was walking. I was walking, trying to find me some my luggage, and she was standing towards me. She didn't ask for no money. She looked at me. I looked at her, but I was busy. I was tired. I got to make it to the airport within 3 hours. But I saw her, and she had this smile. So the smile caught me. It got me. I said, hey, how you doing? How you doing? She said, fine. I said, what you need? Sometimes, y'all, I'm telling you something. If you smile, people are, oh my God. What it does, it brings it brings a positive like attraction. She
Mm-hmm.
said, I guess I shocked her because she ain't asked for nothing. I said, she said, give me some coffee. So I think I gave her, I ain't gonna tell her what I gave her. It was more than coffee money. it was a lot more. Say it that way. You read between the lines. She
Right.
ate. So anyway, so I started talking to her, right? Then I found out. I said, "What's your name?" And then I said, "No, don't get the name on, cause I don't give a name." She said, "You can call me Mona Lisa." I said, "Okay, Mona Lisa." We started talking, but she had the greatest. She has the uplift spirit, and I was talking to her, but then I had to leave. Remember, I got plane tickets, and I turned towards her. I said, Mona Lisa, I will tell you this here. I said, as today, your life gonna change. I don't know what's gonna happen. God gonna do something for you, but you're not gonna be like this no more. It's over now. And then I saw her,
The release, the freedom.
yes. And I'm
Yeah.
thinking, and so then my mind said, boy, you said it her, what if, it says, what if it don't happen? I can't make it happen. God got to make it happen. And I put it out there. And she said, this is what she said. She said, I needed to hear that. I needed to hear that.
That burden was lifted.
Yes. Yes. Sometimes we have to say things and we got to, and God to back it up.
Yeah.
But I couldn't just give her the money and leave because when the money's spent, it's gone. I had to
Right.
give her some hope. And I don't think she's going to say that it was a guy came through here with a smile, but he said something worth more than money. He gave me hope. And sometimes we need that hope. And I tell anybody, hey, if you're down, look towards God. And if you don't even know him, get to know him. But I want to thank you. Ms. Love, you have been a blessing to me. I pray that this thing that you're doing will open up more doors that you'll go, wow, I can't believe this. And you can be able to tell your story. Because it can happen. I'm telling you, this thing can happen. It can happen like overnight. Now, the hard part about it, and you probably already know, I'm knowing too now, people get jealous. You know,
Yeah.
oh man, look at Glenn said, he's talking too much. I'm tired. Hey, listen, well, turn me off.
Right.
He bragging. I got friends I can, and I call his name out. People say he bragging. Man, God, I'll tell you what God done for me. He took somebody that was overweight and he turned this thing, he turned my life around. He did it. I'm telling you, he did it. And my wife, she up this, she had night clothes on. She, I asked her, I always ask her this here. I said, baby, do you see different than me? She said, yes. She said, like, what you mean? I said, baby, do you see different than me? She said, well, I'm thinking like, maybe she don't. She said, yeah, baby, you different. I said, no, I ain't talking about where I'm looking. It's from my heart. Because at one point, I ain't gonna say that part. But I'm happy in the Lord. I have a great church. I'm growing, and I just can't wait to see what's next God's gonna do in my life. But one thing I know for a fact, it's gonna be big. Cause I got what? A big God.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Just keep
Yeah.
soaring.
That's it, man. That's how life is, and we're gonna move on, and God is good. But thank you, Miss Love. I know what I tell you, I appreciate you. I really do, and I won't forget you. Don't forget me either. People always
Absolutely.
say that. Don't forget me, but I won't forget you. I always I think what you're doing is unbelievable. I wish I could do it. I wish
You
God, but
are,
God ain't.
we
But,
all
but
have
God ain't call. God ain't call me. God ain't call me to do that. Sometimes I did a skit right where I had like a little boy jacket on, and it was a present. I mean, it was a gift, but the gift didn't fit. It didn't fit me. So sometimes we look at people and say, "Oh my God, hey, oh man, she on this cast, she doing this media thing." That's not your gift. Find your niche, and when you find your niche, you won't be jealous. You won't be jealous of nobody else. So that's why every time when I see people who do things that's successful, go for it. Go for it. Hey, because jealousy is in all of us. And how you release it, you praise, you get excited for them.
right.
You
Yeah.
have to. But see,
Yeah.
people get so jealous. They jealous of you. You got this thing here. They jealous that I went to New York. Oh, it's crazy. But they don't know the struggles.
That,
I'm telling
yeah.
you. They don't know how much
Yeah.
money I spent in New York. But guess what? It was worth it. I said, God, I thank you. And I got the memories. Then I got the videos. I can always tell that story over and over again. You know, I can always tell that story. And so
Yeah,
anyway,
the more you tell the story, or the more you marinate it over the years,
it is.
it's gonna
It is.
have more definition in the. This today was like that excitement, you got everything, but like it's gonna get even deeper, like the Bible, how we can read the same scripture and get like
Yes.
a different meaning every time we read it. Like it just gets deeper. It'll just sink in even more.
But it's powerful, right? And what you said was so powerful because I'm gonna say this because when I was doing the Facebook Live, there were people that came on the live that I didn't know. I didn't know they even had a Facebook all these years, but somehow it caught their eye of all the New York stuff. It was my page blew up. I couldn't even believe it. I would go, my wife go to work and say, "Hey, I see your husband in New York. He's taking." And then this good friend of mine named Alice. She sent me some money. Oh man, I couldn't believe it. This is what she says. She says, and I didn't even notice. I didn't even know I was doing it. She says, "Thank you for taking us to New York with you."
And that's who you do it for.
And I said, "Oh my God." She said, "I know." She says, "I know you spend a lot of money, but I want to send you this." Oh my God. It was like $1 million, which with $1 million, but it was like, and that's why I wanted to and that's what she told me. That's why I got the idea. She says, you didn't go to New York and just show videos. You talked this through. Oh, I meant to tell you this here. At Times Square, I was on the big old board at Times Square.
Yeah, how'd you get on that? Like, what's the deal with
Oh
that
my!
thing?
Let me tell you what happened real quick. I was at the church, right? And I told the lady while I was here, and I told her I do plays and stuff. And so she says, you know, now I'm a do what I'm a react what she said. She said, I got a friend that's who runs one of the boards at Times Square, and you can put one of your pictures up there. I said, you know how much that gonna cost? It's gonna be in the thousands at Times Square. So this is what she says. I'm gonna tell you what she told me. She said, don't worry about it.
See, those
So
are
she
good
gave me
words.
the link to people, and I didn't worry about it. I just uploaded my phone. I found I uploaded my stuff, and they gave me 24 hours, and then they'll tell you what time it's gonna play. At mine played at 12:48. It played every hour at 48 minutes, like 12:48, 1:48, 2:48, 3 throughout the whole day. So
Not
you can go there, right? And you can go there and you can time it right there. And they blessed me. And then I went down, then I went to Times Square, right? Because I had to see it for myself. Because you can see it, because they send you a link where you can see it. But I didn't want to see the link. I
right.
wanted to see it
In
down
real
there.
time.
And I went down there, and when they got it was 3:48, and I looked up, and I said, "Oh my God!" And tears came in my eyes. Wow. So there was people out there, right? They taking pictures and stuff, and so I told the guy, I said, "Hey, at 4:48, my picture come up there, take a picture with me. Right? I said, okay, he got me. And 448 came, picture of me. You up there for 30 seconds. And he shot me and changed my life. I'm serious.
What she did was kind of prophesied into your life that way.
Yeah. I mean, you know, it just I don't know. Just it was experience of a lifetime too. You know, to see all your hard work. So my wife, I was telling my wife about it. She said, what picture did you put up there? I said, I put a picture of me in action. Cause I ain't want to put no business card picture where I ain't want that. I want them to see me in action, and I ain't want no title. I want somebody to see what I'm at. So whoever the director or producer, they can see the emotions. That's all I want. And I don't know, but guess what? It did something for me. I'll tell you, boy. I'm ready to cry. I ain't crying. Anyway, listen, I gotta go. Hey, thank you, Miss Love. You have you have an awesome last name, but thank you. That's my story. I mean, that's my story. That's what I'm waiting on to see what's the next chapter God has for me and my family. You know, my wife, she always keeps me humble. She said, well, I came home, she says, maybe I shouldn't say this, but I'm gonna say it. So I thought I was gonna get some steak, potatoes when I get home. I didn't
No,
get
right?
that. I thought I would get laid out with my favorite food, with the steak, potatoes, the nice salads.
The I'm proud of you meal.
Yeah. I got home with some hot dogs and beans.
Nice.
Humble me all the way down, Lord. And guess what I had to do? I had to cook my.
You had to cook your own hot dog?
Yeah, I couldn't believe that.
Ah,
Boy, she humbled me all the way down. She said, wait, listen, hey. Now, I saw the New York stuff, but guess what? You back home now. Now, this is where you live at. So I thank God for her. But she had been one of my greatest supporters because she allowed me to do that. Because she could have said, no, I ain't going. You know, she could have said no because she couldn't go because she had a job didn't permit her to go. Because she said,
right.
no, you ain't going without me. She could have did that, and then y'all would never seen anything. Because I would have said, well, bump it. She said, no, baby. This she said. She said, no, you got to go. You got to go for this one. You got to go. And because of that, is what y'all seen. So that's our story. Love,
Yeah.
I love you, girl. You my sister. I know our skin color don't match, but you are my sister in the Lord. I'm serious. I really mean that. I really mean that. God is good. I'm glad I met you. As a matter of fact, I mean, how did we meet anyway? How did we meet?
Facebook.
For
Facebook.
real?
Yeah. Due to the bariatric.
Yeah.
Yeah, I contacted you seeing if you wanted to
I remember
randomly
that.
talk about the bariatric because a lot of people don't want to talk about the surgery, and I want to open up more for the
That's right.
bariatric
I did a whole.
world.
Yeah, that's right. I did a whole play about. I did a whole production about that about my weight loss. But like I said, it changed my life. And every day I look in that mirror, and you probably do the same thing too. When I look in that mirror and I look at my body, but especially the mirror, I go, man, who is that man in the mirror? Compared to my old pictures, whatever. So I thank God. God gave me a boost. He gave me. And it's been hard. It's been adjustment. Um, it was people think it's the easy way out, but it's not. It's just I had to ask for help, and that's what I did.
Yeah, I hate those words. The easy way out.
Yeah,
This is not the easy way
yeah, yeah.
whatsoever. We had to
Um,
work before the
thank you.
and then after the surgery, our whole body changed, not just the physical, but I mean inside. Like we're just like, what the heck is going
Hey,
on here? Like
man,
you
one
don't
I
can't
can
eat, like
yeah, I can eat
no.
one food one day. Next day, I can't stand.
Yep.
I
It's like
can't stand.
you can't.
One time I want some. I was eating hamburgers. Cook, love them. And then she said, "You gonna eat hamburgers tonight?" I don't want no hamburger. Man, I throw up a hamburger, but but it what either way. It saved my life. You know, say
Mm-hmm.
I lost like 140 pounds. I'm 180. I'm about 185 now. I was from 325 to 185. Feel good. Um, Blood pressure down. Um, it's
Yeah, and you look great. You don't have that
well,
saggy.
you do too. You do too.
Thank you.
You know everybody that I've seen since but my wife, let me tell you what happened. She didn't have the surgery. She didn't have the surgery, and because what I'm eating, she lost like 50. She lost like 60 pounds. I
That's
said, you wait. I said, I said, if anybody's cheating, it's you. Because now I had to go through the surgery and you went out to eat.
right.
If anybody's cheating,
We're
it's
forcing
you.
her. She sees when you really think about it, the meal size that we have is literally the size that we were supposed to eat in the first place.
Right? Oh yeah, it is. It is.
Really?
It is. I
Like a
know.
food. That's it. Or no.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't do no. Yeah, I don't do no. And I don't. I haven't done all. I don't do no. I don't do no seconds. And then if one time I did something stupid, I tried to eat one extra bite. I got sick. I got
Yep.
real sick.
You can feel
I
it
mean,
before now.
yeah. And so I don't even mess with it. I said, let me stop. I said, let me
Yep.
stop. And but God, listen.
I found
Thank you so much.
the way.
But listen, I gotta get out of here. My wife's looking at me. Hey, listen, thank you so much. Thanks again. And I will see you at the top. We're gonna get there together. I'm telling you, we got to get on. We have to get on the Tamara show or the View. We all get there. We gonna speak into existence because if God did this for me, for this is here. Hey, the sky's the limit. I really believe that. So now y'all got to go home. I got to go in here and tell my wife about this job offer that she have no idea.
Oh,
She had no
wow.
idea.
I'm like the first one with the world to know about. Sorry, sis. Love you.
All right.
But no, I appreciate you telling the story, and it's very
Yes.
inspiring. Definitely, when you get the other insights, if God allows you to speak on that,
Right.
deeper portions of it more, definitely come back on
Yeah, we
and
do it.
about it. Yeah.
But this time we're gonna do that. We're gonna do it here. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it something like the View. That'd be a good view talk. How y'all? Yeah, it'd be good. But like I said earlier, that a lot of our thoughts and creativity, if we submit it, you never know what it could do. It could land up on a talk show. It will happen. Anyway, all right, I'm gone. Love you, miss me, love. Tell everybody hello. And y'all, if you don't remember nothing else, remember this. Go after your dream. Love you guys. All
Love you
right. Bye
guys.
bye.